It really just comes down to what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Ain't we 40? I'm 40 plus. Ain't no new friends. Ain't no you can be.
Hey YouTube, I am on my way. Of course, I had to turn on my recording. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone is having a wonderful weekend. It's a long weekend for many of us. I know it is for me. My company, I have Juneteenth off, so I'm grateful for that. And I hope you all do too. And I hope you all are enjoying the Juneteenth festivities. So I want to come on and talk just a little bit about one of our favorite social media influencers and her Tabitha Brown. I'm sure that many of you know who she is. Again, she's a vegan social media influencer. She's an actress. She's an author also. The list goes on and on. She's social media's favorite auntie to some, friend girl to others. But anyways, Tab and her husband, they do a podcast on Fridays, and it's called Fridays with Tab and Chance. And so a few weeks ago, they did a podcast, and it was asked a question, are they okay with the other having a friend of the opposite sex? This question was asked to both Tab and her husband and Chance, and of course we all know that Chance is Tab's adoring husband. They're actually one of my favorite social media couples, to be honest. But nonetheless, the question was asked during their podcast. I think the podcast was on June 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. And the question was asked by Tab's brother: would they be okay with the other having a friend of the opposite sex? So social media, so the blogs and social media, they were talking about it, but oddly enough, Tabitha took a lot of heat, and it's odd to me because they essentially said the exact same thing. So I want to go ahead and break down his answer, and then I'll go ahead and we'll talk a little bit about her answer. And in the end, we'll see that they virtually said the same thing. But for whatever reason, Tabitha is being dragged through the dirt by some, and mainly women, for what she said. And it's just strange to me. So again, Chance answered the question first. And in a nutshell, and in a playful way, he started out saying, hell no. Playfully. But then he went ahead and gave a well thought out longer answer, and we'll go ahead and we'll dive into that now. So he says that it comes down to the conditions and how Tab met this person, what has taken place, etc. He says being someone's friend and being friendly are two different things. He gave the following example. If Tab was to meet a straight man on the set of one of her projects, there's no prior history between the two, but it goes beyond just being friendly to where this man wants to call Tab and go out with her alone, then that's a red flag to him. And he's going to have to ask the question to this man, what's up, player? So do you want to be in our company, me and Tab? Because that's the only way it's gonna be. So he says that he's a very secure man, but he is also a man of this world, and he knows, and to him that would be abnormal behavior. If a man knows Tab is married with a family, then that man should be trying to get to know Tab, her husband, and her family. He goes on to say that any man wanting to go on a trip with Tab, to go with her shopping, or to get her nails done is a red flag. And the only man that will be doing these things with Tab outside of her brother and her male best friend who is gay, and then the childhood friends who they grew up with, is him. So he laid that on the line. That's the only man that's going to be doing anything with Tab. So then he goes on to say that he even asks Tab from time to time when she does have to do projects and she's in the company of a new a man. He does ask her, hey, do you need me to go along with you? Or do you want the best friend who is gay? I can't recall his name. Do you want such and such to go with you? And he's again said it's not that he's insecure, but then he said he goes on to say he also tells them, well, this is a new person, so go ahead and turn your location on, for her sake. He does that for her safety. Now what else did he say? Let me take a look. He said it's not an issue with him trusting Tab, but he knows. He said that Tab has a very big heart and she sees the good in everybody, but he knows that there are bad people out here. And so he's protecting her. He's looking out for her safety as well. And it is her job. He said it's his job to have and watch her back. Chance said that he is Tab's king. He said, and there will be no other man sitting in his king space. I like the way he said that. And Tab chimed in when he said that and agreed with him. So I really did like that. Again, they are one of my favorite social media couples. So I'm having fun as I break this down to y'all. Tab chimed in when he said there will be no other man in his king space. And she affirmed what he was saying. So at the end of the day, Chance made it very clear that there will be no new friends for Tab.
I know that my husband find very easy on the eye. And the women be like, man, Auntie Tab, no disrespect. And I see the ones that y'all nasty, disrespectful to be in the DM. Okay, I'm going to throw that out there too.
Tab, stay on topic, man. Hey, yeah.
So that was Chance's answer in a nutshell. So now let's go ahead and break down Tabitha's answer, because Chance went on to ask her. He says, well, what would you do if I had a new friend? So she started off by saying that she agrees with her husband 100%. She said there are no new friends. If there's going to be new friends, any new friends, it's going to be us. We're friends. She said that, now Tabitha said that she often brings her male co-workers home to meet Chance. And I think she believes she does this to set boundaries. And she says when she introduces them to, she talks about them, also with Chance before she even brings them home. And she says, babe, I think you all are going to be great friends. So I think right there she's reassuring him, whether he needs it or not. She's reassuring him, you're my husband. This is just a co-worker, and I want you to meet him. So I think she's setting boundaries for the new male co-workers, because you never know what could happen, and she's reassuring Chance. At least that's how I saw it. But she goes on to say that Chance is not that type of person. He doesn't bring co-workers home and things of that nature. But she did tell a story. She said there was one time where Chance was taught when he worked for the LAPD. We all know that Tab retired him from the LA Police Department. But she said there was one particular co-worker, it was a woman, and her name was Red. And she said Chance talked about this woman a lot. So she said she raised an eyebrow, and she's like, who is Red? Because you talking about her right often. But then when she did meet Red, she says the sweetest woman. There was nothing there. But I thought that was a cute little story when she told it. And she said she felt kind of bad in the end, and then she joked, said not really, for kind of raising an eyebrow. So that was cute when she told that story. She went on to say, now this is where she well, let me say this one thing first. She did say that she does not believe in the whole work husband or work wife, that whole thing. And Chance chimed in and agreed with her. They both said you only have one. You got one husband and one wife. So they both agreed they don't play those type of games. Now, this is where they took this little segment of what Tab said, and this is what she's kind of being dragged through the dirt for. So she says she knows her husband is fine. She said he's very easy on the eyes. She says she sees the women in the comments, and they say, Tab, I don't mean no disrespect, but they tell her husband is fine. And then she says, and she sees the not so respectful women who chime in and get into his DMs. And she kind of playfully, looked in the camera. She said, she just kind of really just stared in the camera, like with a long, like 10-second pause. And it was all in good fun and jokes, but she was just letting them know, I see you too. And that's where, people took that little piece of everything that she said, and they took that and they are dragging her for it. So that's very strange to me. But nonetheless, let me go on and finish her answer to the question, because it was a lot more than what I just said. She said she knows her husband's fine. She playfully sent a warning to the disrespectful women in his DM. So when it comes down to it, she basically, she echoes what her husband said, no new friends. Tab said that she's very protective over her husband. She says that smiling hello there, Tab, she says about 90% of the time, but she said if you mess with her family, with her time, and with her money, you're going to get Bonita. I've yet to see Bonita, but she said that's who you're going to get. And Bonita apparently is the totally opposite of Tabitha. So anyways, she said that it's not that she doesn't trust Chance, but she's a woman and she knows how women are. She said she knows how women are wired. Now, just to back up a little bit in that little segment where she playfully stared into the camera, she also said that she wouldn't, something to the fact where she said she knows how women are wired, and she wouldn't trust the women around Chance. She said something to that. That's another little piece that they were dragging her on. Again, she said because she knows how women are wired. She said some of her best friends are also friends with Chance, but they respect their boundaries as husband and wife, and that they're all friends. So she did say they once had a situation, and this was before she was a household name. She said they once had a situation where she had invited a group of friends from an acting class over for dinner. And they still lived, I guess, in their apartment. And she said, so one of the friends, she said this particular woman was very friendly with Chance, and she sat on his lap. And Tab said that so she and Chance got this lady together very quickly. So Chance, Tabitha said, she said, now wait a minute, now you done lost your mind if you don't unask my husband. That was funny, that was hilarious to me, unasked my husband. But nonetheless, she and Chance addressed the situation right then and there, and she said it never happened again. They never had an issue with this particular friend again. She did not say whether they were still friends today, but she said that it never happened again, so I assume so. In the end, both Chance and Tab agreed when it comes to new friends, if everyone can't be friends together, then as stated above, no new friends for Tab or Chance. They also agree that if you get it, you do, and if you don't, then oh well, that's your business. So I personally don't see anything wrong with what Tab or Chance said. I believe that there should be healthy boundaries set in a marriage and any committed relationship. That's just my opinion about it. And let's be honest, let's think about it. Let's say that Chance did have a female friend and it was just a total platonic female friend, and he went to the movies with this woman, he went to play golf with this woman, he went to do whatever with this woman. We all know if the tabloids and blogs got a hold of it, with Tab being her name, she's as big as she is now, people are going to talk. And even if Tab and Chance came out and said, oh, they're just friends, they're platonic friends, nothing more, Tab, the woman and the man, came out and said that, we all know that blogs and tabloids are going to spin it the opposite way. So let's just be real about it. So there's nothing wrong with what they said. Again, I believe that there should be healthy boundaries set. I believe that people who are in marriages, couples, they should surround themselves with like-minded people. If I were a married woman, would I just cut all of my single friends off altogether? Probably not, but there are probably certain things that those single friends do that I wouldn't do. So I don't see anything wrong with what they said. I'm in total agreement with them. I don't understand why Tab, though, is being dragged for echoing the same exact thing that her husband did. That to me is what's baffling. So you get down in the comments and tell me what you all think. Do you agree with Chance and Tab? If so, tell me why or tell me why not. Why do you think there's a double standard? Why is Tab being, why is people so critical of her for saying essentially the same thing as her husband said? I'm going to put some of the comments down in the, I'm going to put some of the comments in this video. And just hop down and let me know what you all think. I think it's all very interesting. I love to hear from you. Love to hear what you all have to say. And until next time, remember, I am my sister's mirror, and I will see you all next time. Bye, YouTube.